Let's see.
And your thoughts today?
Today,
Ralph
I'm
Harley
glad to
Davidson.
be 66 years old.
Well, why are you talking to a fork?
Can I open up my present?
Okay.
Somebody on the
Yeah, let's sing first. Happy
Let me get over there.
birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, dear Daddy. Granddaddy, happy birthday to you.
Look.
Daniel Steele. Those look interesting.
What's that one? The Born Identity. Robert Little.
The pet says they're good ones.
Good.
He reads a lot.
I like Daniel.
Daniel Steele, I read almost everything she's read.
This is a good one.
Danielle, is that her name? Danielle?
Danielle.
Oh, Danielle.
Open the big one. Open the big one.
Okay.
Open
The big one.
The big one.
Open the big one.
Who wants that sound?
No, please. Right, S.W. Anderson.
Uh-oh.
Or it could just be something in Anderson's box, you know?
Right. That's more like it, isn't
Plain
it?
old box. Could be just a plain old box.
Could be just a box.
No
isn't it?
box.
Might not have anything in it.
Might be a box within a box within a box within a box.
That'd be good now.
Okay, now we got three.
Oh, we get it.
Then we can
Girls,
buy
and
Do you remember
grandmother
anything
get
66 years ago?
jealous.
Today, yesterday,
Grandmother was
66 years ago.
Not very well.
And it's,
T-shirt.
oh,
Oh, after all, man, is that pretty?
Terry Roll.
David?
Yeah.
Yes.
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
What's that?
Kimono. It's a kimono.
Kimono.
Kimono. Kimono.
After all,
You get there, take it back.
one size fits them all. Hey, that's great. Well, thank you, everybody.
Where's Emily at? There's Emily.
Emily.
Oh,
Bo, turn around here, Bo.
Look
Oh,
who's on
look.
the TV now.
Look, you're ham. Look.
Look up here at Daddy, Bo.
Are you getting your stuff on sound as well as
Oh, yeah. I got everything plugged in here.
everybody who's
A
getting
star
language
is
there?
born.
Yeah.
Good language, yeah. Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Good language.
Darn heck.
I get this thing out of focus sometimes. There we go.
Otherwise known as Spock.
Yeah. Hello.
Well, do you want my life's history now, David?
Yeah, Daddy.
Okay.
Uh-huh.
That we.
I
Yeah.
was born 66 years ago. It was on a Tuesday. I never will forget.
It was on a Tuesday.
3
Okay.
o'clock in the morning.
Yeah.
You were born upstairs because you wanted to be close to your mother.
That's right. I want to be close to my mother.
Yeah.
My mother's name was Belva Lockwood Lawson Bigger. My daddy's name was Ray Isaac Bigger.
Who's that?
I've got an older brother, 2 years older than I am, called Walter Harold Bigger. We lived in a little town in Marceline, Missouri. Marceline is noted for 2 things. It was for a time the home of Walt Disney.
That's right.
And they have a Walt Disney High School and a Walt Disney Swimming Pool and a Walt Disney Boulevard. And they capitalized on the name Walt Disney. The other thing it was noted for was General John J. Blackjack Pershing.
Yeah.
He come from Lynn
Well,
County,
zoom back
which
in
is the
here.
county seat, which is the county that Marceline's in.
Oh, I gotta
Oh,
refocus
they
here.
had the Santa Fe, too.
At the Santa Fe Railroad. My grandfather, Bigger,
Still didn't really.
Judge Bigger, was a surveyor. He laid out the county.
Okay.
That was fun.
Bye, Bo.
That wasn't the only thing Granddaddy laid.
You guys, now you're all
Uh,
okay. Come on. There we go. Hello.
Granddaddy
What kind of a
did.
judge was he?
He was a county judge.
County judge.
County judge. He was quite a respected old gentleman. Lived to be 98 years old.
Who's that now? Who's
Granddaddy.
your
did it.
granddaddy?
Uh-huh.
Really?
Yeah.
What was his name? What?
Judge.
CG.
Oh, is that the one that I got the picture of? It says
Yeah.
Clement Bigger, Clement G. Bigger.
Kellen. Kellen. C.
Kellen. Oh.
Yeah.
Kellen.
Well, I got a picture of that somewhere.
C-L-E-L-L-A-N.
Come here, Bo.
Cleveland.
His hair's a mess, isn't it?
Cleveland?
Yes, Kellen.
Yeah. Well,
I know what the G stood for. Guy.
Might have. Maybe. My daddy had 3 brothers. 4 brothers. Let's see. Uncle Harry, Charlie, Uncle Guy.
it's okay. You went
And
right
he had
through
3
it now.
sisters.
Had 3 sisters.
Ida, Eva,
Losel.
Lawson.
Right.
Lonesome.
Losel.
What a funny name.
Yeah. Granddaddy only lived about 2 blocks from us. And he, after his wife died, what was that? Lena. She's one of the daughters.
No.
Lena.
Laura. No.
No.
No, Lena was her name.
Yeah, that was grandmother's name.
Yeah. When did she die? Were you born?
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. Yeah, I remember her. Yeah, I remember her. Yeah. Marceline, Missouri is a small railroad town on the Santa Fe Railroad, halfway between Hannibal and St. Joe. Population 3,500. The only thing that kept it alive was
The train.
the trains and the coal mine. They had one large underground mine. It was the coal from the mine went
He's got his own chair over here, David.
Where?
Right around the corner.
Oh, well, here, I'm
Well,
on.
go around the other way,
I'm on.
because he can't reach the table.
He can't.
No.
I think all he
Do a
did.
little adjustment here. I want. That light's bothering me. I don't know if it'll make any
What's the matter?
difference. Oh, that light up there. There,
This
you
one
know.
up here?
Yeah, but turn the volume
Are we
down.
back on the
Yeah,
air?
yeah, we're back on now.
oh,
Yeah.
Okay.
Did you erase all that?
No. No.
To continue
I
this,
just stopped it.
to continue this saga?
Yeah. Yeah. Okay.
My father died when I was 10 years old. Died in August of 1928. And we stayed in Marceline till my brother graduated out of high school. And I was a freshman in high school. And then she picked us up and moved us to Fayette, Missouri, Harold and I, in 1933, so that Harold could start college at an old church college in Missouri called Central College. It's about like Kentucky Wesleyan is today. About 900 enrollment. Although it was church affiliated, it wasn't religious. They didn't insist on you taking religious courses, you know. However, they were available. And where young people came to go into the ministry and do other things.
And do other things.
Yeah, and do other
Oh, that was when I forgot
Some
to turn
could
the volume
aspire to
down.
be the county judge and lay the
See, we could
lay
really
the
turn
county.
the
things. Right, lay the cat out.
Now, Ruth.
No.
oh, what's that red button for up there?
We
That means
lived-
it's recording. I don't really have to have that on though.
We lived in Fayette for
Yeah.
5 years. My 3 years in high school, 2 years in college. My brother graduated from the University of Illinois. Got a job with the old land in Owensboro, Kentucky. It was Kenrad before with General Electric.
Yeah. Did you know Mom at this time?
No, I didn't know your mom. No,
Did you know who was doing the book for Canada?
no, I don't know who.
My grandfather.
Your grandfather, Harry Bond.
Really?
Yeah, that's a coincidence.
Yes, it is. Anyway, I had a wild hair and I went off to Georgia Tech school from Missouri. Grandmother moved to Owensboro, and she rented a house on Frederick Street, 1118 Frederick Street, called Poverty Mansion.
Well, you all moved to Owensboro because Uncle Harold got a job at Kenred?
Right.
Oh.
Right. We moved to
Yeah.
Owensboro. That's how we got to Owensboro.
Yeah. Well, had Uncle Harold graduated from college or something by
Yes.
then?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
He's got a job.
And where'd he go? Where'd he go?
University of Illinois.
Oh.
And when I got out of Georgia Tech, grandmother was in Owensboro, so I came where grandmother was.
Yeah.
So that's how we got to Owensboro. The story about us washing in here in a 37 flood is not true. It's not a true. It was after the 37 flood.
Yeah. Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
37 flood was in January. We didn't get here over the following summer.
Yeah.
Flood water had already receded.
Yeah.
Okay? So, that's how we got to Owensboro. We've been in Owensboro ever since.
Yeah.
Uncle Harold worked for Kenrad along with 3 other men that roomed with my mother. Jim Madoe, who still lives in Owensboro. Jim Dennis, who lives in Dayton, Ohio. And a boy by the name of Bob Hazen, which I don't know where Bob's at. The 3 of them, 4 of them all work for Kenrad. And Mom fed and took care of them, provided them lodging, etc.
What did Uncle Harold do to Kenred?
He was an engineer.
He's an electrical engineer.
Yeah.
Electrical engineer.
But they make tubes there. They make Kenred tubes.
Back in those days,
Yeah.
tubes, now this is before the war.
Yeah.
This is before
Yeah.
World War II.
Mhm.
The transistor hadn't come into
Yeah.
being.
Well, it didn't come in until the 50s, really.
Yeah, and they were making, Kenred was making tubes, and they were making light bulbs. In other words,
Yeah.
your light bulbs for your light. They had a lamp plant,
Yeah.
and then they, of course, they sold the lamp plant out to Westinghouse, and they sold the tube plant out to General Electric. But that wasn't until after World War II.
Yeah.
Those 2 things happened.
Yeah.
By then, we were all scattered out after World War II anyway.
Yeah.
Let's see.
But you were in Georgia and then you went to the University of Illinois after that. Well, no,
No,
that ain't right.
no. I was in Georgia
Yeah.
for a while and then come back up. I come back home and I got a job with an engineering company here in Owensboro. And worked for about a year, and then I went back to the University of Illinois.
But you had Mama with you when you went to university.
No, not that time.
Not that
Not that time.
That was the second time around.
Oh.
That was back to Illinois in 1940.
Let Daddy tell it. Okay, you've come back home, worked for an engineering company. Now what year is it that you come back to the University of Illinois for the first
1940.
1940, okay.
I got out of Illinois.
Champagne.
Yeah.
What was that?
That one had things.
Oh, it's okay. It's all right.
Yeah, fan fall, that's all I need.
It's still hooked.
That was beyond.
Yeah, Daddy.
I'd applied earlier for a civil service job, and I got appointed as a ship's draftsman in New Orleans, and I refused the job. I said I didn't want to go to New Orleans, and they reappointed me as a ship's draftsman in Brooklyn, New York. And I thought, well, I'll go up there for the summer. No, then I'll go back to school in the fall. That was 1940. I never got back to school. Went up there and took the job as a draftsman. Worked up there till April or May of 1941. Worked about a year in New York. Didn't like New York. Then I went to.
Where'd you live?
I lived at the world's largest YMCA, Central Branch YMCA.
Really? Yeah.
Uh-huh. We had, I think, 13 or 14 floor building. We had 8 floors of
You
rooms
tired, you want to get up.
and 2 restaurants. And a bowling alley, barber shop, and infirmary. When you got sick, they did everything for you. They had 15,000 active members in that YMCA. And I lived there about a year. And then
You were, and you were a dorm or a floor super or something?
oh, I was president of the 8th floor.
Poker store.
The poker store.
President of the 8th floor.
I was president of the 8th floor. And being a Y, you know, they don't like cussing or swearing or card playing or nothing like that. But being a young man, and I cussed and swore and played cards too. And they called me in and they asked me, they said, do you understand there's card playing going on in your floor? And I said, it's got to stop. So I proceeded to tell the men at the next game we were having.
We gotta quit playing.
We got to quit playing these cards. We're going to get caught.
Why didn't they like that?
It's the Young Men Christian Association.
Christian Association.
YMCA,
Yeah.
Oh.
Young Men's Christian
And Christians don't like them gambling and
Oh.
swearing
And that's swearing and cussing.
and womanizing.
That's right. And we had some good times there, though. I had 2 good buddies that would go out and eat frequently with. I never would forget one restaurant we'd go to. Now this is what we'd start out with. We'd start out with a half a dozen blue points on the half shell, a T-bone steak, a baked potato, a salad, and beer all the time you're eating and drinking for $1.25.
You believe that?
This is 1940, though.
For $1.25.
$1.25.
44 years ago.
Yeah, right.
Well, anyway, my boss was a Jew by the name of Sussman. Not that I got anything against the Jews, I just want to explain to him who he was. Short, kind of little fella. I liked him. Came by my desk one day on the drafting table. He said, Bigger, he said, you're the only guy in my section who's not a New Yorker. He said, you're the only guy in my section that might want this job. I said, what job is it? He said, well, it's a transfer and promotion to Key West, Florida. I said, well, what do you know about that? I said, transfer and promotion. Yeah, he said, you get 1 grade up, you know, he was an SP.
What was the name of the company you were?
Brooklyn Navy Yard. It was
Brooklyn Navy.
Brooklyn Navy Yard.
Oh, was it?
He was a civilian working for the Navy.
Yeah, I worked for the Navy Department.
See, and they have grades.
Yeah.
That's how they grade their civilian workers.
Oh.
They give them an SP or
Yeah. He
whatever.
is professional, SP is semi-professional.
Yeah.
And I was like an SP 5 or something like that, making about $300 a month, and the SP 6 maybe made $335, you know. And he said, we'll pay your way down there. And he said, if you want the job, you gotta let me know. I said, when do I have to let you know? And he said, well, the sooner the better. I said, well, I folded up my stuff. I said, I'm ready to go. You know,
Florida, yeah. Florida.
Yeah, man. You know, I'm not married to black fellas. He said, all right, go down and make your arrangements to get down there. I took a train down there, by the way, and got down to Florida. That was my Waterloo right there. That was my Waterloo. There's where I met Mama.
Waterloo. kid.
Got down there in April or May of 1941. I met Mother Christmas Day.
Tea dance.
Was it 41, Mother? 42.
Must have been 42 because we got married in 43. Then we
I
don't
guess
know
I've
each
been
other
down
about
there.
6 months.
That's how long we made it.
Huh?
That's about how long we made it.
Yeah,
Like 40 years so far, Mark.
Anyway, I worked down there, worked for the Navy Department. I had a boss by the name of Alexander Torbett Jr. Alexander Torbett Jr. was a Scotsman. We call him Scotty. I had a good friend I worked with named Dave Fisher, and another boy by the name of Chapman that I worked with. Who we got on the
That's
floor?
Joey.
Dave Fisher was from Evansville.
Dave Fisher's
His home.
And I roomed at a rooming house with Harold and Gertrude Lobsher. Harold and Gertrude were from Evansville. And I lived with them for about a year. Then a guy named Bennett and I rented an apartment. We saw it being under construction. We rented an apartment.
I thought it was Barnett or something, Barrett.
Oh, you
No, it was Barrett.
Was it Barrett? Barrett? Yeah, you're right. It was
It was
Barrett.
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 Bill, was it Bill?
Yeah, you're right.
Bill and Barrett. And I remembered we'd try to have a date on Sunday afternoon and want to play the records out in the living room. They had bought a stereo together. And he was so contrary, he didn't want us to have a good time, so he'd come out to the living room and try to sleep. And we wanted to kick his, you know what, right out of there and get him back. There were 2 bedrooms. See, they each had a bedroom and a bath in between. And he worked at night, so he had to sleep during the day. But when we wanted the living room, he was out there sleeping, and he had his own bedroom. Why? We'll never know. But we'd go off bicycle riding or something, and then he'd get up and go in his bedroom when we left.
Nice fella.
Well, I met your mother on Christmas Day, December 1942.
42.
42. I was the only civilian there at the dance, I think.
Yep.
Really?
I was the only
I
civilian
was
on the damn
there
island.
with a cute little blonde sailor.
Were you really?
She didn't know how to jitterbug. I had to wait for the slow ones to dance with
I
her.
told him I was awful good hugging material, though.
She was a cutie, too. Oh, their mama kids was a cutie. Slim. Her hair was down to here, down on her shoulders.
Well, it's our first date. He looked at me and he said, "The only reason I wanted to go out with you was I wanted to feel your pretty hair." And so I said, "Well, here, feel of it. I can go home and go to bed and sleep. I've been out every night."
But anyway, we courted for 6 months and then came to Owensboro and got married at Settle Memorial United Methodist Church.
Yeah.
It wasn't United Methodist.
No, it was just
Settle Memorial Methodist Church. Harold and Sue were the best man, and Harold's my brother, Sue's my
Best woman.
And the funny thing about it, when they had it in the paper the next day, we went all the way to Maceo on our honeymoon.
on a wedding.
On a wedding trip, we went to Maceo. We took Harold and Sue home, I think. Because her mother and dad lived in Maceo.
I guess that was a long ways out of town, wasn't it?
Well, we took the train out there. She invited us for supper one night. We took the train from Owensboro. We took the train from Owensboro to Maceo. How long did it take us? 15 minutes?
I don't know.
But that was so funny.
Oh, baby,
Get on
I
that
come
train
up
and
here
go
and
to
get me
Maceo. I mean, Maceo.
Where'd Ruthie baby
Hey,
go?
buddy, guess what I sitting by?
Woo.
Mhm.
Look,
Bathroom?
guess who I
Well,
sitting
anyway,
by? Hey, buddy.
Mhm.
we got married on May the 28th, 1943.
41 years.
41 years is coming May. I went off to I had enlisted in the Air Force. General Hershey had ragged me for about 3 years.
He couldn't,
General Hershey was head of the selective service.
he couldn't dodge it anymore.
And every 3 or 4 months he wrote me a letter and asked me why I wasn't in the service. and I'd have to go get another deferment from my boss, and that got pretty old. And we run out of excuses and ideas. So anyway, I went into service.
Now, 10 days after we got married, he took off and left me.
Oh, God.
Went up to Fort Benjamin Harrison for induction. Went from Fort Benjamin Harrison to Shepherd Field, Texas. Shepherd Field, Texas, from a basic training. And from Shepherd Field to Stevens Point, Wisconsin, for my
Guess who you found in Chicago?
and found Mom in Chicago. She's a little camp follower.
What was Mama doing in Chicago?
I was trying to keep up with him.
Went from
I haven't
Stevens
seen
Point,
you all
Wisconsin,
day. Can grandmother have a hug
to
and
Santa
a
Ana,
kiss?
California
And a
for
peck around the neck?
classification. Classified as a navigator,
Oh,
trainee.
God. There ain't
Went
nothing
from
in there.
there to
kid.
Ellington Field, Texas, where Mama joined me in Houston at Ellington Field. Hello, Bo baby. Hello, Bo baby.
Here, look here, you're on TV.
This is your life.
Yeah.
Where you going?
Pay attention. Granddaddy's talking.
This
Where
is
you
your
going,
life.
Joey?
Outside?
Oh, okay.
You can't go.
This is hot right here. The puppy like
Joey,
this?
empty this ashtray and bring it back, please.
No.
It's getting too full. I'm gonna spill it.
I had to find a job in Houston to support me and,
Yeah, refrigerator.
Into the
and
garage.
that no-count Air Force man of mine.
Good.
Yeah.
Graduated from Ellington Field as a second lieutenant navigator in April the 7th, 1944. Right.
I'm going to zoom this in on Daddy, okay?
Yeah.
While you're talking.
1944.
I want to, because it's just not close enough to suit me. Here.
We went from there to Fresno, California.
There you go.
On a train,
On a
a
train,
troop, not a
passenger
troop train.
Passenger train. Played bridge the whole way with Jack and Elaine
Just a
Berry.
puppy like
Yeah.
this, is it?
Jack and, Elaine and Ralph
Hey.
wouldn't let us trade partners because they were beating the socks off of us. And when we got almost all the way to Fresno, we went out, got on the back of the train and we tore each card in half.
Her and Jack did.
And guess what they wanted to do the minute we got in our hotel room in Fresno? They went out and bought a new deck of cards. And wanted to play cards again. We said, okay, we'll change partners. Oh, no. And the first go round, I got my ace trump. I said, that's it. We were playing on the bed, you know.
There we go. How's that look here?
So,
You want me to turn the TV off, Daddy? If it's a distraction, I can just turn it off. Would that help you some?
Oh, I don't bother
Huh?
me.
No.
Don't
Okay.
bother
It's
you.
nice to watch you. I can see better over there, I
Don't
guess.
bother me. Mama keep me from picking my nose.
that's
Where
hard.
are Jack and Elaine
Okay.
now? Daddy, give up.
Well, Jack and Elaine got a divorce. Jack
Leave that alone. Did he turn it back
Jack
on?
got called back into service during the Korean War and stayed in. And we heard from him.
I think Elaine divorced him, didn't she?
Yeah.
He has a new wife.
Anyway, we had lots of friends since he was two. We were talking last night about some of them. Josephine, of course, me being married, and when I'd go in on Saturday, we got Saturday afternoon, Saturday night, Sunday off. And Josephine would say, now bring a man in for Charlene.
Well, I
For
worked
your buddies.
I worked at Sakowitz in downtown Houston, and this gal was in the office. I was a sales clerk in the baby department. And this gal kept bugging me because she knew I was married to a serviceman. She kept bugging me to get a date, for her. And of course,
And Mama dug me.
and then I'd bug Daddy to get a date for Charlene.
So I finally rounded up one guy, a real nice looking man,
There.
Beecher. And Beecher came in with me. And he started dating Charlene, and we had Christmas that year with Mrs. Morgan and Charlene and Beecher and myself. And then when we graduated, got transferred out, Josephine said, you know, I don't understand that Beecher. Said, why did he, Charlene, get together? I said, well, Beecher's got a wife in Denver, Colorado.
Oh, no!
Oh, I was so mad at him,
Oh,
I
she
wanted to
coulda
kill him.
killed me.
Wanted to
But-
kill
Did
him.
you know that, Daddy?
Oh,
Sure
sure.
he knew
But the
it.
rest of the guys, Beecher wasn't looking for any hanky-panky.
Yeah.
The rest of the guys were looking for a one-night stand. You know what I mean? I mean, it was.
And Charlene was a real nice girl,
She was a
you
real
know.
nice girl, you know. It's bam, bam, thank you, ma'am. I'm here Saturday night, you know, ma'am. I'll be here next Saturday night.
What did Charlene say?
Charlie never knew
She
it.
never knew. She never knew that
We
he
never
was
told
married.
Charlie. I didn't tell Josephine till we was on the
'Cause,
train
you know,
about
I'd
1,000 miles.
Yeah,
you know.
it's a good thing.
Down the highway.
It's a good
Beecher
thing.
had a wife in Denver.
Yeah.
Oh, guess what? Beecher's got a wife in Denver.
One of those little side things.
Yeah, just
But the rest of
coincidental.
the guys, you know, Bassoni, my good friend, the little Italian boy, he would, he said, yeah, bigger, I don't want to go out no nice girls than you. The nice girls ain't what I'm looking for, man.
Oh, I just want to get it out of there a little bit, where it's not right
You
now.
know. Anyway, graduated there on April the 7th as a second lieutenant and went to Fresno, California. And there we had one experience I remember very well. Was George Burns and Gracie Allen came to the base and put on a show. And after the show, Josie and I went into the officers club to have a drink. And they sat down.
I didn't drink then.
Josie didn't drink. They sat down at the table next to us. And it was just as funny listening to Gracie
Oh,
Allen.
they were just as funny.
George Burns sitting there as it was.
And they talked to us, you know, we were at one table and they were at another
Oh,
table.
I'm telling you, it was a
And they
ride.
were just as funny
Yeah.
and talked to us like they knew us.
You know, it was-
Really? Yeah.
That was one of the.
But you forgot to tell them about us and Gordon McRae in Houston.
Oh, I did
Yeah,
forget about it.
yeah.
I was the manager.
You tell about
I
that.
was the manager of this woman's home where she had 3 bedrooms and she rented out to servicemen's wives, you know, because she was married to a serviceman herself, and they went to Florida somewhere because he was in the Navy, and so she asked me if I'd be the manager and pick up the rent, you know, for the other 2 and myself and send it to her, and I got a discount on my room for doing that. Well, one of my roomers was Sheila, Gordon's wife, Sheila McRae. She was pregnant with Meredith, the
Meredith
first
is the one
child.
that does the commercial, the
Is she?
L'Oreal commercial, and she's also has a series now.
Does she?
Uh-huh.
Well, she
She's
was
blonde.
carrying Meredith, and she wasn't expected until Ralph and Gordon had graduated. We were going to leave, but she was expecting in another month or 2. But anyway, she didn't work. Oh, she did do a commercial, or she did something
She wrote a
at
column,
6
didn't she?
o'clock
Yeah.
on the radio station there in Houston. She had a little part-time job, just once a day. But we'd go out with them on Friday night or Saturday nights, and while we were waiting for the bus, we'd get Gordon to sing for us.
Well, he was in the service a little bit.
Yeah,
He was in the air.
service
Yeah,
with Daddy.
he was in the same class.
Yeah.
And what happened was that I helped him get through cadet training. And on Sundays, he sang at the chapel for the chaplain, you know, at church, and he did weddings, and he did that. So when we graduated, the chaplain said, Gordon, you're going to stay here as instructor. The rest of you boys are going to go
Yeah,
overseas.
right.
Bye-bye.
Did he get to stay there?
Yeah, he got to stay right there as an instructor.
Really?
Yeah.
Was he very famous before he became in the service, or
No.
more famous later?
No, and
No.
she was an actor. She was an actress in
No,
New York, and
yeah.
he was a singer at the supper club. Which one of those big supper clubs in New York?
Anyway,
Well, they did movies after that.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah,
you
after
know.
that.
Yeah.
he made the movie Oklahoma. I
Yeah.
think that really kind of
That was a.
zoomed his star a little. And then he
Wasn't
made
he also in the one with the My Boy George or My Boy?
he did a fight scene. He did a fight movie that
Carousel.
flopped.
Was it Carousel, that music?
But
Well, she was an
Meredith's
actress.
about 30, between
Huh?
36 and 39 maybe. She
Oh, yeah.
about Barbara's age or maybe a little younger? Or?
She's a little older.
Oh, she's
She's-
older
oh,
than
she'd be
Barbara?
1 year
older
older
than
than
Barbara.
You're thinking of Meredith Baxter Birdie.
Yeah, that's who you're
They're talking
thinking.
about Meredith McCrae. It's different.
Oh, different girl. I
Yeah.
guess I got it.
Well, I tell you who she, their daughter was on Petticoat Junction.
Yeah,
Oh,
Yeah.
Yeah.
Meredith
Yeah.
She was
Gray.
one of those
I
girls.
thought that was the same.
Well,
same
Meredith,
girl.
Meredith would probably be
Baxter
2 years
Birdie.
older than Barbara because
Yeah.
Not different.
you and I were married
Oh.
then, but we'd been married almost 2 years by the time Barbara came along. And see,
Right.
they were going to have Meredith in the next month or two when we left
Right.
Houston. So she's at least 2 years older than Barbara, this Meredith McCrae. But anyway, we went to Louisville to see.
Showboat with Catherine Grace. Gordon McCrae was the star.
Showboat.
Okay.
Showboat, yeah.
Seems to me like. It seems
Well,
I
anyway,
had
we
to sit
saw
stand.
we saw Gordon and Sheila in a production show in Louisville. Took the Kennedys, remember?
At the amphitheater.
And then we went back. You know, they knew we were there, and we went backstage and got to talk to them. They had changed.
David,
They had changed so much.
David.
How'd they
I don't know.
change?
I think she was
Your
on
mom.
dope or something. I mean, she just.
Mama could scoot over to Daddy a little bit. Put Mom in there a little bit more.
Well, I don't want half her face in there.
Yeah.
I love it.
I wanted to get a good close up, you know,
Okay.
Granddaddy, Mom.
But I just didn't want, you know.
Oh, was that what was happening? I can't see. But anyway, they had changed so much when we saw them in Louisville after we, you know, been in
Yeah.
Houston with them. And then, of course, you know, they divorced later on.
They hit the big time.
And then they got,
Couldn't stand prosperity.
couldn't stand each other in prosperity, I guess. Success seems to hurt people sometimes.
Mhm.
You never hear anything more of Gordon McCrae anymore.
Mhm.
Or Sheila either.
Well, Sheila was part of the
Jackie Gleason
Jackie
show
Gleason show.
Oh, yeah.
for a
Yeah.
while.
She was, you remember Jackie Gleason and what's the other guy's name?
Art Carney.
Art Carney.
She was on that show
that
for quite a
team.
while.
They were part of that team. She was part of that.
She was,
That's right.
was she Art Carney's wife?
Yeah, I believe she
Or
was.
Jackie Gleason.
Jackie
yeah.
Gleason's wife.
Alice. She was
Uh-huh.
Was
Alice.
she
Yeah,
Alice?
she was Alice.
She was Alice.
Yeah.
One of these days, Alice. To the moon.
Well, okay, so you're in San Francisco,
Now we're in Fresno.
Fresno, California.
Oh, we had one other experience.
What did we
in
do
Fresno.
there?
I like
What were
this
you
one.
doing there in Fresno?
The trumpet player came,
Oh, James.
Harry James.
Harry James. Oh, we loved him. We kept wanting him to bring Betty Grable. He was married to Betty Grable.
He was
We
on
kept
a-
thinking, oh, he'll bring Betty Grable out, you know, but he
He
never
was on
did.
just a one-night stand going from LA to San Francisco.
Yeah.
Came through Fresno and put on a show.
Man, he never stopped. He never smiled. He never said thank you. He just stood up there and blew that horn.
The curtain opened up, he started to play, played for 2 hours. the curtain
And they
closed.
had zoot suiters then.
Oh,
With the tight-legged thing and the blousome, you know, and the belt and the
Well, they
around like the zoot suiters.
Fresno is famous for their vineyards.
Yeah.
And the vineyards are worked by the Armenians.
They were all
And the Armenians
Dark.
are real nice-looking people. They're
dark
short,
haired, dark
short,
complexion.
dark-complected people. They're nice-looking people. And the Armenian men all wore suits. I'm telling you,
Boy, they had
long coats. and all
classy,
that.
they thought.
Oh,
Those long chains, and they'd get out there on the dance floor and they'd twirl those chains, you know. Jitterbug.
Yeah, jitterbug. But that was a real good time listening to Harry James.
Yeah.
And that was a lot of fun. And then we moved to, they transferred me to, of all the wonderful places, to what now is known as Edwards, our Air Force Base. It's Iraq then.
Mojave Desert.
It's the Mojave Desert. It's just as dry and it's
Ah,
hot.
Isn't that
sand
where
blew
they land
in
the
your
Columbia?
face.
Yeah, that's where they land the Columbia.
I'd get all dialed up to go out to the base to see Granddaddy, and I'd get off the bus, and the whirlwind would come and mess my hair up and get sand in my clothes and my eyes, you know, and I'd go in. You know, I thought I was looking so cute.
That was my first
That darn
experience.
sand just blowed that sand in my
Mama's
face.
first experience with the desert. And I couldn't believe it would get up on the runways to 125 degrees during the day, and it would get so cold at night, you just grabbed everything
see,
you could get on.
The little
Cover.
town where I lived was down in the valley, and it
Yeah.
got cool. You know, you could see the mountains all around you, and they had to irrigate everything. There was nothing green except the little patches of yards that the people would water themselves. Everything else was just dead, you know.
And that's how they did their air conditioning, David.
Yeah.
Oh yeah,
What
they
had,
picked.
they had a straw
I
box.
wanted Daddy to fix one of those up when we got home. He
Yeah.
says, "You can't do that in Kentucky."
They had a straw box that sat in the window, pipe running across it, and it dripped water on the straw.
On the fan,
Then the fan pulled the air in off that straw box.
Uh-huh.
and it was cool,
It
man,
was
cool.
Man, it was cool.
Yeah.
You know, that's great during the day. You didn't need it at night, you know.
Yeah.
It was great during the
Yeah.
Oh, and at night you'd sort of have to
But
pull
you know-
a lightweight blanket up over you.
You know,
That's
the
how cool
humidity
we
was,
get at night.
was
Zero.
like zero, you know.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
you did it in Kentucky, it tied up rain.
Yeah. Because of
Yeah, I kept saying to
The object
Daddy,
of our
it was so
conditioning
hot
is
and
to take the
sticky in
humidity
Kentucky,
out.
and I kept
But
saying,
in
Daddy,
out
why don't
west,
you
they
look
try
up
to
on those
push back
things
a
we
little
had
bit.
in
Put
Fresno?
the humidity in.
Yeah.
Dana, will you bring that Pepsi from the kitchen that's
Yep.
open?
But,
Anyway, I was at,
and I was pregnant with Barbara in
Mama got
Fresno,
pregnant. Mama
California.
got pregnant while we was in,
I think we were in St. Louis.
Well, I don't know
Visited
where we
Amy and
were.
Cecil.
anyway, Mama got.
Did y'all have a mattress party?
Yeah, we had a
Yeah,
mattress.
she was
But, oh, I was so
Double-breasted.
sick.
Yellow belly, mattress special.
We would have to walk to town. This friend of mine and me would walk to town for brunch. This woman that we lived with wouldn't let me
This
have
is
breakfast.
Wolves.
Yes, she was sort of ugly to me. She knew I was pregnant, and if I could have just had a bowl of cereal, you know, before I got to town, would have helped me so much. But no,
Yeah.
I couldn't use her kitchen, so I had to
Really?
get up and walk all the way to town, which is about a mile or a mile and a half, wasn't it? I mean, it was quite a ways. And by the time I'd get there, I'd be so sick and nausea that the food, the smell of the food, you know, would just, yeah. Well, I'd try to eat, and she'd say, now, Josephine, you've got to eat. You're carrying that baby, and you've got to eat. She says, now, you just eat. Well, I'd eat. Well, halfway home, I'd throw it all up, and she used to get so mad at me. She'd say, can't you ever keep anything down? We'd get halfway home, and I'd go, yep, you know, and she'd say, you know, finally, though, I think before I left there, Mrs. Wolves let me have a bowl of cereal before.
She kind of relaxed.
She sort of relaxed after I was there.
Related. Well, she liked me because I looked like her son.
Well, that's the only way we got a room. Rooms were
I
hard
was
to come by.
blonde-headed like her boy in the service. And I went out knocking on doors trying to find a room. She looked at me, you know, I think she got old misty-eyed.
Well, me and this gal had knocked on doors, and we'd walked all over town. Of course, it wasn't a very big town. For 2 or 3 days before, and couldn't find any place to live. And Ralph came into town and found me a room because that face
nice
looked like
room.
her son's face.
Yeah. Well, anyway, I was
Well, I hope so.
at Muroc.
What was the name of that little town, Daddy?
Lancaster,
Oh, Lancaster. Lancaster was the name of the little town.
Lancaster what?
California. It was, 20 miles from the Air Force Base.
It's in the tail end of the San Joaquin Valley,
Yeah.
the very southern part of the San Joaquin Valley. That's the prettiest valley you've ever seen in your life.
Mm-hmm.
The valley goes all the way up past Fresno.
That's quite a ways.
Yeah,
About
oh,
200
yeah,
miles, isn't
or
it?
more. And it's beautiful. They grow everything.
Mm-hmm.
That's the garden. That's the vegetable garden of America right there.
Well, they have some nice vegetable gardens outside of Fairfield, don't they?
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
Because when I go to see Merle, all their fresh vegetables look so much better in the grocery stores than they do here, you know. Everything is fresh right from the fields.
Anyway, I
Yeah.
stayed there for 3 months, took my training on B-24s, and they moved us to Hamilton Field north of San Francisco, and then to a field named Fairfield Susan, which Merle now calls Travis, which which is at the little town of Fairfield in
Where
Sioux
Merle
City,
lives.
where Merle lives in Fairfield. And that was our POE, our port of embarkation. Mama was home with grandmother.
Came to St. Louis first and stopped off there. Remember, Sue and
Yeah.
Harold were here waiting for me to come home. And I stopped off in St. Louis to see Sue, and they wanted me to live with them while Ralph was overseas, and of course grandmother bigger had a fit.
Amy
She
and
said, you
Cecil.
come on and Cecil.
Amy and Cecil wanted you to.
Yeah.
You didn't say that.
Oh, Amy and Cecil want me to live with them while Ralph was overseas. But when I called grandmother and told them that Cecil and Amy wanted me to stay there and live with them, oh, she had a fit. And Ralph had already told me, come straight home to Mama. You go straight home to my mommy.
Well,
But I visited 3 or 4 days, and I think Sue and Harold went on home before I got there. No, they didn't. They only stayed a day after I got home. But I was about 4.5 months pregnant before I arrived in Owensboro.
Mhm.
Granddaddy was overseas 13 months, weren't you?
yeah, Barbara's how old? Barbara?
9 months when you got home.
Well, you were in the flying around in B-24s for 13 months.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, not
When
all.
you got
no,
home, was the war
no.
over
Well,
then?
that adds up. I was
No,
4 months pregnant,
no,
and she was 9 months
no.
old when he got home.
No, what happened was that we went overseas and, I guess it was October
Yeah, it was October.
of 1944. And, went the first
45.
40, got hurt in 45.
Oh, okay.
Went to Hawaii first, stayed there a few days, then we went on to,
Barbara was born in 45. That's
Yeah.
the year you got hurt.
right, went on to, Saipan, stayed on Saipan through the invasion of Iwo Jima, which was Barbara's birthday, February the 18th.
He didn't know for 2 weeks that he had a baby.
Anyway, after the
He
invasion,
didn't.
Yeah.
after the invasion of Iwo, they moved us to a little island named
I sent a
Angar.
message, I guess, through the Red Cross. I
And
don't remember how I
in
said it.
Angar, we bombed the Philippines. And I was the squadron navigator and in the lead ship since we were a radar airplane. And on the 9th day of July, 1945, we were moving from Angar to Okinawa. And our airplane lost 2 engines on takeoff. And it crashed, and I got hurt. 4 men got killed.
When he started writing to me, I thought he had fallen into the propeller. That's just the way it sounded. Every time I'd get a letter, he'd tell me something else was wrong, you know.
Fell into the propeller.
Uh-huh.
Oh, gosh.
Well, he had cuts all up and down his legs and all
Yeah.
up and down his arms. Had his
Oh,
teeth
well.
knocked out, his jaws
Well,
were broken.
the interesting story that I like to hear Daddy tell me is that it's about it was the corpsman that stood by your bed and
Yeah.
going to record the time. you
Yeah.
know.
Well,
Yeah.
You know, you can just picture him. You know,
yeah,
watching
but
with
let
us.
him tell about the actual crash, David, when
Okay.
he came to and thought his Mae West was holding him up, and
Yeah.
it'd been punctured. He was swimming unconsciously.
Do what now?
When he crashed, it knocked him out unconscious, and so when he did come to, he thought his Mae West was holding him up, and the Mae West had been punctured.
Did you get knocked out, Daddy, for a little
Oh,
while?
yeah. Went completely out.
Yeah.
Really?
Well, the
His Mae West did
But
not inflate because it had been punctured.
They have a
He's
little
supposed to-
CO2, don't they have a little CO2 thing that goes,
Yeah, and he thought, oh, I'm safe, you know, and when he came to.
well, how was you
he
floating
was
around
floating.
unconscious, though?
You just will. You
Yeah.
just,
He will.
I was floating, and
Face
Well,
up,
you
huh?
go limp, I guess.
you go in.
It'll hold you
don't
up.
fight.
If you don't fight it, it'll
Salt-
hold.
Remember, it's salt water too,
Yes.
David.
And
That's
it's salt-
right.
can't
More
wait
buoyant,
for
isn't
it.
it?
Yeah.
Yeah.
You could if you'd learn how. You gotta
And
learn
I was a-
how.
I
I
was
can
a good-
float.
Slow.
I was a good
You
swimmer.
just relax.
I know.
You know,
Used to
like-
race us when we were little.
Yeah. You know, I was a good
Not a
swimmer.
sweet baby, but he
I
won't
wasn't
let me
afraid of
love
the
him.
water. So when I came to, I
I
kind
know,
of took
he's
an
too busy.
inventory of myself,
Yeah.
and I remember my shirt was cut open right up here and was hanging down. It was buttoned here, hanging down over this. I couldn't move this arm. I thought, uh-oh. I reached down, undid the shirt, let it go. The left shoe was gone. I run my tongue around in my mouth, and my teeth were missing. There were 5 teeth.
His front teeth got knocked out.
The jaw was busted. My leg was busted. My arm was busted. I had multiple contusions when they classified it. And it was got me in the hospital, Navy hospital. And lined up the blacks and the whites to give me blood, you know.
That's it. Thank you.
Sailors.
Sailors.
What do you mean?
Well,
Some black, some
some
white.
of them black and some of them
They
white.
got both
they're
colors
red
in the
blood.
service.
Well, I mean, I
Now we ain't no
Well, well, okay, well, go on.
Anyway,
Just they lined a bunch of people up to give you blood.
right, then David was talking about the corpsman. I come to after about, where I could really see what was going on. I've been there about 10 days or 2 weeks, and I finally just realized what was going on. I asked the corpsman, I said, what are you doing here? He said, I'm supposed to record the exact time of your death.
That wasn't that nice?
So encouraging,
I
wasn't
said,
it?
yeah, I said, that's all right, you know. Anyway, I stayed in that hospital July and then August, September they moved me to Guam. Then I took a hospital ship, USS Sanctuary, home for 18 days from Guam to San Francisco. San Francisco, they put us up at
Okay, how are you?
Letterman General Hospital, which is at Presidio.
All right, sir.
I mentioned earlier that Lynn County was noted for General John J. Pershing. Pershing
Oh,
was
yeah.
one of the commanding officers of Presidio.
So gloomy, isn't it?
Presidio is a big permanent army base. Big, huge
Not
bricks built, as you know.
Oh,
And it's
about the same.
Letterman Hospital is part of Presidio.
Got the kids out today.
From there, went to Fletcher General Hospital in Cambridge, Ohio.
Celebration.
And I should tell the saga about my teeth, shouldn't
Yes, that was funny.
I?
Yeah.
When I got my teeth knocked out and I was on Hangar,
What have you been up to?
the Navy hospital, and they said, well, we're not going to make any teeth because your gums are not healed yet, and your jaw's broken, they wired it shut. So
Well, that's a shame.
when you get done with that, that'll last you 42 days. Have my jaw wired shut. And so I got to Guam, and I had the braces off my teeth. So I went down to the dental clinic, and I said, hey, how about making me some teeth? I said, nah, we ain't going to be here long enough. We're going to ship you out here one of these days soon. We ain't going to have food with you. So I got on the hospital ship, and I went down, and I said, how long does this take us to get home? They said, 18 days. I said, well, that's enough time. I said, how about making me some teeth? Now we're Navy, you're Army. We ain't gonna make you no teeth. You have to wait till you get where you're going. Got to Letterman General Hospital, Presidio, and went down to the dental clinic. Said, hey, how about some teeth? Nah, we're gonna ship you out. You ain't got time to do your teeth here. So, and I'm getting kind of disgusted. You know, I got no upper teeth here. It's just 5 are missing. I look like, you know, something.
Bugs Bunny.
Yeah, you know, look like something
Little
from a
David.
cartoon. You know, and I'm getting pretty disgusted. So, anyway, they put us on a troop train. They had us to Cambridge, Ohio, Fletcher General Hospital. Got to Fletcher General, and now it's up in December. You know, got my teeth knocked out July the 9th. First thing I did, went down to the dental place, and I said, how about making me some teeth? Nah. Too close to Christmas, they're going to ship you home for a few days. I said, no, when you get back, we'll make some teeth. I said, now, wait a minute. I said, you know, I mean, nah. You know, the independent is a hog on ice, the service people are. You know, we don't have to. So anyway, I come home and didn't have any teeth.
No teeth.
No teeth.
Look, Mom, no teeth.
Look, Mom.
You really?
No, he was cute.
No teeth.
who made you your tea?
They did it Fletcher Jones.
Fletcher Jones.
When you went back or
When
something?
I went back, then they made me some teeth. I was home about 30 days
Yeah.
with no teeth. And then
Well, you came home no
Hard to
day
eat that
before you
way.
went to Fletcher.
No, I didn't.
Yes, you did.
No.
You came home in October. Yes, you did
No, I
too.
didn't. Couldn't have.
Yes, you did. No, you didn't. Yes, you did.
Oh.
I thought it was
No,
October.
it's December, right, Christmas.
Well, I want to ask a question.
Yeah.
All right.
Where was I?
Yeah. Really? Yeah.
Where was I?
Where was I? Where was I?
Well, now let's see.
Your father's eye.
Yeah.
Anyway,
We're gonna speed this up a little bit. We're running out of time. Get to the boat days.
The voting days.
Yeah.
there's one story I'm going to tell on you, David.
Yeah.
Yeah, real good. Yeah.
David
Ah.
never did anything wrong.
Yeah.
Oh, you
Him and
wanna-
Bo had to be just alike.
Got to be. Somebody at the door?
Well, okay. We're going
Yeah,
now.
Then I
We're going,
can't.
yeah.
Then I can't see myself.
Well, anyway, after I got discharged from Fletcher General Hospital, Cambridge, Ohio, come back home and got a job with the gas company May 1st, 1946. That's the date. Mr. Bug hired me.
Who?
Mr. Jim Bug.
Jim Buddy.
Did you know him?
No,
I
I just,
didn't know him.
Oh, I've heard Emily. I've talked to about Jim Bug.
Yeah.
You know, one of his favorite stories about if he ain't bid by 10, he's going home.
Yeah, right. Right. That was one of his classics. He said, go to a party, he said, I'm not in bed by 10 o'clock, I'm going to go home. An old reprobate. Anyway,
Yeah, he was.
then in 1947, built a house for Mother on Ford Avenue, and here come little David. He was born December the 27th, 1947. Sweet little David, great big 9-pound boy,
9 pounds, 1 ounce.
curly headed, looked like Bo with curls all over his little head.
Oh, he was born.
Well, he got the curls.
He got
Mother.
the curls.
Got the curls.
I
Yeah.
think he was bald headed.
Bo was too.
Yeah. So was Jason. He was all Bug.
And anyway, here come little David. We had Barbara. I guess Barbara was 3 years old at the time.
No, she
No,
was
she's about
like
2 and a
3.
half.
Oh, she was 2 1/2.
Almost 3.
Almost 3.
David,
Yeah.
you've got that focused where it looks like me and Daddy are looking down, doesn't it? Jesse, don't you?
Well,
think
you
it
are
does?
looking down if you look
Yeah.
at the TV.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. We ought to be looking up, hadn't we?
See, you're looking Look at at the the red red
We'll
light.
go over some of the stuff in a hurry and get to
Well.
the family part. But anyway, in 1952, I quit the gas company. Me and Mama and Grandmother, David, Barbara, and little Merle, who has just been born,
Yeah. When was Burl?
9 months. She was born in 1951. We all went to Champaign, Illinois, and I finished my education and got my professional engineer's license. Came back to work for the gas company in 1953, August of 53.
Did you quit the gas company, or did they give you a leave?
No, I quit.
Oh. They hired you right back. Huh?
Yeah. Then we had a house on Westview Drive where we stayed from 1953 to 1957. 1957, we built this house here. And it'll be 27 years this coming December since we moved into it. And David was in the room in here where Joey is. Ruth, Helen, and Merle were in the room, Mama's room. And Barbara was in this room over here that's now the TV room.
Yeah.
We didn't have Joey yet. Joey wasn't born until 1961. But we had a lot of fun here, and we had David had his ham gear, and he learned mechanics working on an old tractor that I bought for him. Remember the tractor, David?
Oh yeah.
And worked on the old station wagon. And Emily, I'm going to tell this story on David. David was about 16 years old and had gotten his driver's license. and his friend was Scotty Chase. Scotty was an engineer at the
He's turning it on and off.
WVJS. And so David told us, he said, now in the morning, I'm going to take the station wagon and get up at 3 o'clock in the morning and go out and help Scotty put the station on the air. Well, where Mama's car sits now, the station wagon sits, where the Cadillac is sitting, the boat set. Right behind the boat was a gas company car. Well, I got up the next morning and sat down at the breakfast table in here, and I looked out and I thought, doggone light looks awful funny. I wonder what happened to the side of my car. I guess it's the light. Went out there and the side of my car, Emmalou, was completely bashed in.
He backed into it.
What David had done that early in the morning, he forgot that the car was sitting behind the boat, so he pulled the station wagon out and he cleared the
backing up, hadn't it?
when he cleared the boat, he cut the wheels so he could back around, you know, for Joey's car, isn't it? And man, he just creamed the side of my company car. And I went into his room.
I was up, wasn't I?
No, you were laying there in bed. You had your eyes closed, and I said, David, lift up your eyes, and you scared to death. And he said, Daddy. And I said, David, what did you do? And you told me. I said, whoops. Hey.
Buster Brown.
Buster Brown.
Oh.
Stay out of there, Bo.
Oh.
That's grandmother's.
He gets into cabinets at home. Yeah, Bo, that's grandmother. Please. Okay. Interruption.
But with the boat, we had a lot of fun.
Do we have to put up with this? What's on your head anyway? We're trying to make a film. We're making a movie. Get out of here.
What's he got on his forehead?
Cake.
Cake?
Okay. Sorry.
So
You beat hell out of him, I would too.
Well, Daddy didn't spank me that day. I didn't get a
no,
spanking for
you
that.
didn't get a spanking for that.
No, I didn't.
No.
Was it 16? He's sort of big to get a spanking.
Well, it was just one of
Too
those.
big to get a spanking.
Emmalou was the type of accident that happened to anybody.
Yeah.
Yeah, but I backed it pro when it comes to backing up.
He can't back up. He can't do it.
Bashed in your car,
He
didn't
runs into everything backing up.
Well, I ran into Mark's car and tore up Emmylou truck, and you know.
That's just
Yeah,
good.
I hadn't heard any.
Well, David, you can always back the boat.
Yeah, but I was trying to do it. See, it's different when you're
Emmalou,
watching and when you think everything's okay and you just back right up without even looking.
Emmalou, I never could back the boat up. You know how the boat.
Oh, I can't do that.
Jackknife on you if you
Jackknife.
don't.
We can do that too.
But David, the first time I tried it, right here in our own driveway, and I got out and I said, the hell with it, it's going to sit right there. David said, well, where do you want it, Daddy? I'll put it where you want it. And he backed it up.
Got it into the
Got it
carport.
in the carport, just slick as a whistle.
Well, it likes to jackknife on you, you know, when you're backing
Yeah.
up.
Yeah, and if David doesn't go very careful, he can. A lot of times he doesn't pay attention. He just backs up and look.
Damn!
That's when you get in trouble.